Hello, welcome back to KishCat classes. This is the final session on power cyclicity. Hope that you understood how to find the unit digit as well as last two digits of a number raised to any power. So in the previous two sessions, I've covered the concepts related to how to find unit digit as well as last two digits. At the end of the last session, I gave you 14 questions. Hope that you have solved all of them quite easily. Out of the 14 questions, 12 were last two digits based, and at the end of the 12th question, that is 13 and 14th, in which we need to find the first non-zero number from the unit digit. I suggest you to solve all those questions and then watch this video. You can get all of them in a worksheet. The worksheet is available in Facebook page of KishCat classes. So let's begin with question number 1. Find the last two digits of 321 whole power 123. This is very easy. If a number ends with 1, it is the simplest one. You can find the answer in less than 5 seconds. So if a number is ending with 1, let's say ABCD is ending with 1 and the number is raised to power 2, that is PQR. So that's very easy to find the answer because the unit digit is always 1, then tens digit is product of the tens digit of the base and the unit digit of the power, that is D into R. Now here we have got 321 raised to 123. We don't need any other digits other than last two digits. Now this number is down to 21 power 123. So the unit digit is always 1, tens digit is 2 into 3, it is 6 here. This must be simple. Now same is the case with the next one, 711 whole power 1234. So that is, we just need to take the last two digits, that is 11 power 1234. That's 1 and it's 1 into 4, it's 4. It is the unit digit of the tens digit is the unit digit of the product of tens digit of the base and the unit digit of the power. So let's move and solve question number 3 and 4. Now both the questions are ending with or taking the unit digit 5. So if we have a unit digit 5 and raise it to some power PQR, it's quite simple. Consider D and R. These are the tens digit of the base and then unit digit of the power respectively. If both of them are odd, then the number ends with 75. If any one is even, just any one, even or even odd, or in case odd even, so any case, so it ends with 25. Since this number is 45 whole power 67 and it is 5 and it's ending with its tens digit is even, so it ends with 25. Now here we have got the next question, 125 whole power 3 factorial, that is 125 whole power 6 plus 125 whole power 24. Since we don't need other digits, we just need to take these last two digits. So that is 25 power 6 plus 25 power 24. So the number is ending with 5 and the unit digit, the tens digit is even as well as the unit digit of the power. If one is even, that is sufficient. So here it's going to be 25 and this is going to be 25, so it ends with 50. Number ending with 5 and number ending with 1 are very simple. Now find the last two digits of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 whole power 88. Now question number 5, the unit digit is not 1 and it is not 5, it's a new number 7. Since we have already learned how to solve if a number is ending with 7, just we need to apply it. Now we don't need the other digits, we just need to take 67 whole power 88. The indicator is 67 raised to power, it gives us unit digit 1. So if a number ends with 1, then we can get the answer in few seconds. Now we just need to find the last two digits of 67 power 4. This number is like 67 power 4 whole power 22. 67 power 4 is very difficult. First we try 67 square. So it means that it is 67 square whole power 44. Now we need to find the last two digits of 67 square. Now how to find the last two digits of 67 square is 67, and you need to take a deviation from 50, that is plus 17. Now you need to take the deviation on the other side, that's going to be minus 17, that is 33. Now 33 square last two digits and 67 square last two digits are same. If you have no idea about 33 square last two digits, then still you have another chance of taking the deviation from 25, which is plus 8, and we need to take the minus 8 on the other side, so that is 17. So 17 square, 33 square as well as 67 square, they all end with the same last two digits. So 17 square is 289, so it means that all these numbers end with 89. So it means this number is now a number ending with 89 whole power 44. Now we just need to find the last two digits of 89 square, because 9 square ends with 1, so 89 square should end with 1. Now we just need to find 89 square whole power 22. Now to find the 89 square, we still have a chance of taking deviation from 75 to 89, that is plus 14. Now we need to take the deviation on the other side, that's minus 14, that's going to be 61. Now you can take a deviation from 50, that is plus 11, so we need to take a deviation minus 11, that's going to be 39. Now you can take a deviation from 25, that's going to be plus 14, and the other one is minus 14, that's going to be 11. So 11 square, 39 square, 61 square, 89 square, all of them end with the same last two digits. So 11 square is 121, so it is 21, the last two digits. So 89 square also ends with 21. Well, instead of taking deviations from 75, 50, 25, we can directly take a deviation from 50 itself, instead of taking every single thing. That must be very easy. Now if I take a deviation from 50, so that's going to be plus 39, so we just need to take minus 39, that's going to be 11. So 11 square as well as 89 square, they end with the same last two digits, so which is 21. So it means that this 89 square, this number ends with 21 whole power 22. Now it's very simple. If a number is ending with 1, unit digit is 1, and the tens digit is the unit digit of the product of tens digit of the base and the unit digit of the power, which is 2 into 2 here, that's 41. It's very simple. So if a number is ending with 739, we just need to raise to some power so that the number unit digit is going to be 1. Yeah. Let's find the answer for question number 6. This must be very easy for you. Here we have got 17 into 19. Instead of giving a number, they have given us a product of two numbers. Now you can solve this question quite easily. Either there are two ways to solve this question. One way is you can take 17 power 16 and find the last two digits, and 19 power 16 last two digits, or else we can multiply 17 into 19, because 17 into 19 we are going to get a 3-digit number. That's going to be very easy. Now how much is 17 into 19? That's what you need to do. That is going to be 323 whole power 16. So since we don't need all the digits, we just need the last two digits of the number, so that's going to be 23 power 16. Now 23 power 16 is nothing but 23 power 4 whole power 4. 23 power 4 ends with 1, because 3 power 4 ends with 1, so naturally 23 power 4 unit digit is 1. So we need to find the last two digits of 23 power 4. Finding 23 power 4 is a bit difficult. So instead of it, we can take 23 square first and raise it to 8. 23 square we know that's going to be 529 whole power 8. Again, we don't need all the digits, we just need the last two digits. So it means that the question is down to 29 power 8. That's nothing but we need to find 29 square whole power 4. 29 square is 841 whole power 4. So we don't need all these digits. So it's down to 41 power 4. Since the number is ending with 1, the unit digit is going to be 1. And tens digit is the unit digit of the power of, unit digit of the product of tens digit of the base and the unit digit of the power. That is 4 into 4, 16. It is going to be 6. 61. These are very simple questions. Let's move and solve the remaining questions. Question number 7 and 8. Here we have got a number ending with 3. Oh, I've given the same number for question number 8 also. Okay, so we just need to solve question number 7. So find the last two digits of 23 power 45. So 23 power 4 ends with 1. So this number can be expressed as 23 power 4 whole power 11 into 23 power 1. Now 23 power 4 is quite simple, so that we need to find only 23 square whole power 22 and 23 power 1. 23 square is nothing but 529 whole power 22. So since we don't need this digit, and that's going to be 23 power 1. So this question is down to 29 power 22 into 23 power 1. Now 29 square whole power 11 into 23 power 1. 29 square is 841. So this number is 841 whole power 11 into 23 power 1. Since we don't need every single digit and we just need only last two digits, this question must be down to 41 power 11 into 23 power 1. 41 power 11 last two digits are unit digit is 1 and tens digit is 4 into 1, that's 4. 41 into 23. That must be very simple. So 21, 41 into 23, it's last two digits. That's going to be 43. Now let's move and solve the remaining questions, remaining 6 questions. Now we need to find the last two digits of a number ending with 2 here, which is an even number. And also for question number 10, find the last two digits of a number, that is 1024, which is also ending with an even number. Now I taught you how to solve, how to find the answer for a number ending with an even number, that is even number in the form of 2 power x, that is 248. So this number is nothing but, if we know that it's 2 power 10 whole power odd, so the number ends with 24, and also 2 power 10 whole power even, the number ends with 76. That's very simple. So it's a process. Now so let's solve question number 9. So that this is 32 power 22. 32 is nothing but 2 power 5 whole power 22. That is nothing but 2 power 110. Now we can write 2 power 110 as 2 power 10 whole power 11. That is 2 power 10 whole power odd. Odd ends with 24. Same is the case here. Question number 10 also. We have got 1024. 1024 itself is 2 power 10. So this is nothing but 1024 whole power 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which is 15. So this is 2 power 10 whole power 15. That is nothing but 2 power 10 whole power odd. So odd means it's 24. If at all if you confused between 24 and 76, we have a simple way to identify which one is going to be 24, which one is going to be 76. Just we know that 2 power 10 whole power odd or even. Now in place of odd, you have the liberty of replacing it with 1, which is the first odd number. So it means the number is going to be 2 power 10. 2 power 10 is 1024, so it's 24. So power is odd, it's 24. This way you can remember it quite easily. Let's solve question number 11 and question number 12. Find the last two digits of 76 into 2 power 11. 76 seems to be a new number, but if you pay closer attention, 76 is nothing but the last two digits of a number which is of the form 2 power 10 whole power even. So it means 76 into 2 power 11 can be written as 2 power 10 whole power even into 2 power 11. Now this is nothing but 2 power 10 into 2 power 1. This is what we can do. Or else we can directly take 2 power 11 last two digits which are 48. Or else you can write the whole thing, and this is like 2 power 10 whole power even, and then this is odd, so it's going to be 2 power 10 whole power odd into 2 power 1. So that is 24 into 2, that's going to be 48. Or else 76 into 2 power 10 11 last two digits which are 48. 76 into 48. What I've done is like I have taken 2 power 11 as 2 power 10 into 2 power 1. Now I combine the 2 power 10s. Now here we have a simple thing. Instead of going through all these things, you can remember one simple rule here, that is 76 into 2 power x, last two digits are going to be 2 power x if x is greater than or equal to 2. That's it. Now here we need to find this one. This is 4 power 123, that is nothing but 2 square whole power 123, that is 2 power 246. Now we have a power which is not a multiple of 10. We just need to convert it. That we can do it in 2 power 240, which is a multiple of 10, and then remaining one 2 power 6. This is nothing but 2 power 10 whole power 24 into 2 power 6. That is 2 power 10 whole power even. This is even. Even number ends with 76 into 2 power 6. If a number is ending with 76 and it is multiplied by a number of the form 2 power x, where x is greater than or equal to 2, then the number ends with the same last two digits as that of 2 power x. So here 2 power x is 2 power 6. So it means that it ends with the same last two digits of 2 power 6, which are 64. Let's move and solve the final two questions. What is the first non-zero integer from the right of from the unit digit of, actually from the unit digit of, from the right. Okay, yeah, that's right, from the right side 3 power 123. Now this number ends with more number of zeros. In fact, the number of zeros we can find it quite easily. We just need to check. Let's say ABCD ending with 0 whole power PQR. So the number of zeros are going to be number of zeros of base into power. That's it. This many zeros. If a number is ending with 2 zeros and then power is 10, so the number of zeros in the result is 2 into 10. If the number of zeros are 5 and the power is 100, so it is going to be 5 into 100, so 500 zeros. Now since this number is ending with zeros, what we need to do is like we just need to eliminate all the zeros. Zeros are nothing but 10 raised to some power. So in such a case, this 3 power 123 can be written as 3 into 10 power 123, and this number is nothing but 3 power 123 into 10 power 123. 10 power 123 ends with all zeros. Now 3 power 123 is the only thing we need to find, and it's a unit digit. So what is the unit digit of 3 power 123? That must be very simple. Now the unit digit of 3 has 4 different numbers which are of in a proper order. That is like 3 power 1 is 3, 3 square is 9, 3 cube ends with 7, 3 power 4 ends with 1. So it's in a pattern like 3971. Now here it is 3 power 123. So that is 3 power 123 divided by the number of different unit digits that we can get, and we just need to find the remainder. Now the remainder of a number divided by 4 depends on last x digits of n. That last x digits is quite simple. If the divisor is of the form 2 power x, then we just need to divide the last x digits of numerator. That's it. Now here 4 is nothing but 2 square, so it means that power is 2, so we just need to divide the last 2 digits of the number which is 123. So last 2 digits of 123 is 23. 23 by 4, the remainder is 3. If the remainder is 3, then the third term of the cycle of 3, third term of the cycle is 7, so that's going to be 7. 7 is the unit digit. Next one, what is the first non-zero integer from the right of a plus b? This is what we need to find. This is a power n, and then it's given as b power n plus x. Now check this one. We just need to find the first non-zero integer from right hand side or from unit digit. Now we need to find how many zeros would be there. Now with the first one, that is 6330 whole power 2057, the base we have got only 10 and power we have got 2057. It means that it ends with 2057 zeros. Second one also we need to check. If the second one is also ending with the same number of zeros, then we just need to find the unit digit of the first one and we need to find the unit digit of the second one, and we just need to add them. Here the second one is 6370 whole power 2082, and we have got only 1 0 of the base and it is 2082 in the power. It means that it ends with 2082 zeros. First one is ending with 2057 zeros. It means the first one will have a non-zero number. The first one will have a non-zero number from the right hand side, which appears as the nearest one, because the next number has got 2082 zeros. So from unit digit we need to travel up to 2083rd digit to find the non-zero number. But for first one we just need to travel 2058 digits. So it means the question is quite simple. We just need to find the unit digit of the first one, that is 6330. So that is nothing but 633 into 10 power 2057. This is nothing but 633 whole power 2057 into 10 power 2057. So we just don't need this one. We just need to focus on the unit digit of 633. Now 633 whole power 2057 unit digit depends only on the unit digit of the base. It means that we don't need this one. Our primary thing is this one. So that is 3 power 2057. Now 3 raised to any power, we will get 4 different unit digits. In a proper order they are 3, 9, 7, 1. So to find the unit digit of this one, so we just need to divide the power into a club of 4, 4. And we just need to find its remainder. Now that is 2057 by 4. So 4 is of the form 2 power x, that is 2 power 2. So if the divisor is of the form 2 power x, we just need to divide the last x digits of the numerator to find the remainder. So here this number is 2 power 2. So it means that last 2 digits of the numerator, which is 57 by 4. So the remainder is 1. So if the remainder is 1, then it means it is the first term of the cycle. The first term of the cycle is nothing but 3 power 1, that is 3. So it is going to be 3. Yeah. So we have already finished 14 questions and we don't have any other question. Hope that you learned something from here. And do remember, all the CAT questions, that's 6 CAT questions, appeared in the last 25 years. That is like last 25 years. There are only 6 questions on power cycles. However, in the last 3 years, every single year, we have a question on power cycles. Very easy questions. Now once you check all the 6 virginal cat questions, then you find that the level of difficulty is very low, lower than what we have done here. So in the next session, that is the last session on power cycles, I solve all the cat virginal questions. You can find the worksheet of cat virginal questions in the same Facebook page of KishCat Classes. I suggest you to solve all of them, and then if at all you get any doubt, you can check the solutions video. Thank you very much.